Ladies and gentlemen, my name is JesusQuesadilla. Welcome back to Grand Theft Auto: The Lost and Damned. Man, it's just been such a long time. I can hardly believe I'm back in front of a microphone doing this, ready to record for you guys. If you haven't been up to speed, I have been on a bit of a hiatus for about a year or so, getting moved into Seattle, getting set up and all that good stuff. But I'll probably address that kind of thing in a separate video. What we're here today to do is to resume with Grand Theft Auto: The Lost and Damned, a series that I left unfinished for about a year. But now I'm down to just a couple episodes left, and today we're going to go ahead and get a start on wrapping things up. Now, before I begin, here's where things are possibly going to get a little bit tricky. You see, before I went on my hiatus and kind of just died off the face of the planet for about a year, I had actually recorded all of the videos left in this series. However, I have since lost the external hard drive that had the audio commentary with them, so I no longer have the live commentary. What you're hearing right now is a little bit of post-commentary, so I'm kind of doing a lost episodes, if you will, lost episodes of The Lost and the Damned. God, if that wasn't confusing enough. But anyway, point being that what you're going to be hearing for the rest of the series is going to be post-com over these episodes. I actually haven't watched the videos since I recorded them, so I actually forget exactly what happens in what order, but I guess we'll find out together. So looks like we're going to go ahead and do the mission Heavy Toll, which I believe is with Elizabeth, one of the throwbacks from Grand Theft Auto 4. Sorry if it takes me a little while to get caught back up to speed on exactly what's going on story-wise.
It's impossible to find good help in this city.
Don't worry about it.
Hey, yo. What up, Johnny boy? What up? Talk to your girl. Let's make it happen, Captain.
I didn't think you lost bikers got down with peoples like Mark here.
Well, you know, we're kind of running low on lost bikers nowadays.
Looking at the two of you don't make no sense to me. It's a crazy city.
Well, this is crazy times, Liz. There's a recession going on. And in this troubling economic climate, you gotta make compromises.
You know, diversify your stock portfolio and all that.
Fuck you, clown. You can compromise these nuts.
Shit,
Give me some.
these ain't troubled times for us. People always gonna want what we got to sell. Hell, they're gonna want even more products when they lose their jobs and ain't got nothing else.
So really, drug dealing's the best market to be in right now. Doesn't really surprise me.
Hey, yo, E, let them know what it is.
You gotta take some thieving, snitching motherfuckers and show them I'm a bitch. But I ain't they fucking bitch, okay? They bribed the guard on the East Borough Bridge to let them through without checking their loan, right? You guys is gonna go down there and tear them apart. Entiende?
Vamos, muchachos.
Get the fuck out of here!
We out.
I actually really don't know any Spanish. I have no idea what that means.
Let's go.
Encontrame una criada, Andreas!
Watch your mouth, son.
Make yourself useful and clean this shit up!
Okay, but you know what? I'm gonna need some rubber gloves. I'm gonna be honest, okay?
Okay, well, if I'm remembering correctly, I guess we're going to go do some intimidation on this mission. Yeah, just kind of doing some dirty work for Elizabeth. But anyway, on the drive over to wherever the mission point is, I guess, let me go ahead and first of all say thank you guys for joining me again here. I know that the videos have been a long time coming here. Super appreciate anyone who's still sticking with this series or with my channel, because I know I haven't made a single upload in about a year. And there's a lot of reasons for that, not the least of which is the fact that I moved out to Seattle, as most of you know, if you've been following my videos for a while. And things have finally settled down to where I can, you know, sort of get back into a regular recording schedule. And beyond that, I also have some more surprises lined up along the way. Right now, I'm planning on just finishing off Grand Theft Auto: Lost and Damned, this series, as well as Fallout New Vegas, because that one's almost done too. And once I get those two video series wrapped up, I'm going to move on to some new projects with a few new things in store. I also have plans for a new type of video series that I'm going to be putting into action once I get all the components that I need together. You'll hear more about that later. So yeah, should be some really exciting stuff. I'm excited to get back into the swing of things here. And looks like we got some guys approaching us. I guess we're going to go ahead and take control of this toll booth so that we can set up a bit of an ambush.
Man, you gotta get out of the way. You're holding up traffic. What's the problem here? Okay, hey, would you just let us through? Look, You don't got exact change, you're not going through. Those are the rules. I don't make them, but I stick to them. So just turn around and head back to
Look,
Gucci,
I will
will
come
you?
back with all the exact change that you need, all right? Just let us through, please.
You gonna pay my bills and put food on the table?
Hey,
Turn around
hey,
now!
look, I got some change right here. Come on, let's get this shit.
Johnny Klebitz, change we can believe in.
Move your ass.
Thanks, guys. You're doing great, honey. It's okay. Just...
All right, now, let's do this.
Alright, sweet. Let's go ahead and set up so we can ice these guys. You know, nothing inconspicuous here, just hiding blatantly behind toll booths with our guns sticking out around the corner.
Good thing that little
So, as I'm sure you guys already know, especially if you're a fan of the Grand Theft Auto series, which, why wouldn't you be? The newest iteration of the game, Grand Theft Auto 5, is going to be coming out to the next-gen consoles, as well as PC, which is going to be pretty exciting. I already own the game and have played the hell out of it on the PS2. But with it coming to next-gen consoles and PC, I guess we can see some, you know, minor graphical updates, especially on the PC. I imagine you can definitely tweak things to your liking. So I'm excited for that, also to see what the modding community does. I saw a video a while back of a first-person mod, actually, of Grand Theft Auto 5 that was done on the consoles, and I feel like that sort of thing would be a lot easier to implement on the PC version, and man, as if the game didn't already look stunning enough, making it first-person was just, you know, I don't know. I'm really excited to try that kind of thing out. I hope that the modding community on the PC pulls out some really cool tricks for it, and I have the feeling they will for such a big game. Oh, I guess these are the guys we were waiting for then? Okay. Oh, we're just going to open fire. Alright. Cool deal. Yeah, again, this is post-commentary, so I have no idea how successful I was at this mission. I honestly, this is the first time I'm watching the videos back again. I kind of wanted it to be fresh. And, yeah, wow. I forgot how different the gunplay was in the Grand Theft Auto 4 games compared to Grand Theft Auto 5. Whoa, okay, goddamn. I don't really know what I was expecting to happen. I just didn't think an explosion would happen out of nowhere. But yeah, in terms of the next-gen consoles, though, I mean, as most of you guys already know, I already have a fairly decent PC that I do a lot of my gaming on. In fact, this game is being played on a PC, so there you go. But I haven't yet plunked down the money for either of the next-gen consoles, either the PS4 or the Xbone. Mostly because I'm still waiting to see kind of how the game libraries develop for the two. There's a couple titles that I'm excited for on both sides of the consoles. For example, Xbox One has that new game coming out in a little while. I think in October, Sunset Overdrive comes out with like a limited edition white version of the Xbone, which looks pretty cool. That's $400, so I figure if Sunset Overdrive's already $60 on its own, that's basically getting an Xbone for, what, like $340? Which, you know, isn't a bad deal. And I don't anticipate really needing the Kinect or anything. I mean, I've always hated on the Kinect, so any opportunity to get an Xbox without one is great. And then, in terms of the PS4, I actually haven't followed the PS4 exclusives that closely, to tell the truth. I'm kind of thinking about getting the Destiny PS4 bundle when that drops a little bit later in the year. But besides that, I haven't really followed it, although I have always been a little bit of a Sony fanboy, not gonna lie. I've owned basically every Sony console that's come out. But, you know, I still enjoy the other consoles, too. It's just that I've always trusted Sony to kind of be the bread and butter in terms of the games that I enjoy. Mostly because they cover a lot of genres that appeal to me, like JRPGs in particular. It seems like the Vita has become the JRPG machine as of late. So if the PS4 has a library, anything like that at some point, I'm definitely going to pick one up. But, you know, as it is, I'm thoroughly enjoying just gaming on my computer and playing on the Wii U and my handhelds. I'm pretty well covered.
Sure, Mal. I'm just hoping you, me, and Liz can stay out of jail long enough to enjoy it later on.
Yeah, I'm kind of hoping we can keep you out of jail too, Johnny. Oh man, I'm just trying not to spoil anything about Grand Theft Auto 5 because, God, I played that game for the second time really recently. By the way, anyone who's been asking when I'm going, oh God, I don't remember doing that. Alright, anyway, I've gotten a couple questions after my return video that I posted a few weeks back, just to, you know, let you guys know that I'm coming back from the dead, and get some buzz going for that. I got a couple questions asking what my new projects are going to be, namely, if I'm going to be doing Grand Theft Auto 5 at some point, and, I mean, of course, I'm going to play every Grand Theft Auto game every 3D Grand Theft Auto game. I'm probably not going to play like the first two or Chinatown Wars or anything like that. You want to climb that ladder, Johnny? Yeah, no problem with the other one. But yeah, I'm going to be playing Grand Theft Auto 5 at some point. I can't promise that it's going to be the next Let's Play after this, but it's high up there on my list. I really enjoyed Grand Theft Auto 5. Having played it twice and having had some time to think about it since its release, I have no problem saying that Grand Theft Auto 5 is actually my favorite Grand Theft Auto game to date. And, you know, before that, I think I would have given that distinction to either Vice City or San Andreas. I kind of tend to flip-flop back and forth on them. Just as a general fan of the series, it seems like my favorite game in the lineup always changes or shifts around. Lately, I had been digging San Andreas a little bit more than Vice City, just because of all the extra customization and stuff that game offered, as well as the setting. Although I do dig the 80s Vice City setting, that was pretty rad. And they've yet to duplicate something that's quite that locale-centric, I think. Like, really playing to the strengths of the era and the location that the game takes place in. But anyway, back to my point, that Grand Theft Auto 5, I think, really, not just graphically, or even story-wise, really, but they implemented a lot of cool new features. I really dig the Grand Theft Auto Online stuff. I think that, especially once that comes out on PC, that's only going to get better. They've done a good job of doing some, you know, infrequent updates to patch in new things into the game, which is pretty cool. New weapons, cars, stuff like that. And I have to say, at first, when Grand Theft Auto 5 first announced that you're going to be playing as 3 separate protagonists, I guess 4, because you can technically take control of Franklin's dog. So, but basically, when they announced that you could take control of 3 separate protagonists, I didn't know how to think about that at the time. It seemed a little unwieldy, like they're not really going to be able to focus on one person's story. Like, it just didn't seem balanced or what I thought was ideal for a Grand Theft Auto game. But, you know, after having played it a couple times through, I really enjoy it. And it's almost difficult to go back to the older games. I don't know if anyone else has the same experience, but after playing Grand Theft Auto 5, the other ones feel so archaic. And it's not to say I don't like them. I'll still pop in Vice City or San Andreas and play it. But they're really starting to show their age. And Grand Theft Auto 5, I don't know. I think that it raised the standard in a lot of ways for the series, which... a series that already had ridiculously high standards, mind you. Also, I want to take a car here, but I think the reason why I'm not doing that is because I just saw a cop. It'd be really nice to know what I was thinking in the midst of all this. You know, having never done post-commentary up until this point, this is really bizarre because it's kind of a surreal experience watching gameplay of something that I know I did and yet I can't remember in the slightest, and trying to figure out what the hell was going on through my head. Anyway, looks like we got a text here. I'm not going to bother to read that. Looks like it was just from Liz. If you guys really want to, I guess you could pause the video and go back and read that. No idea what I'm driving off to do. I'm going to assume that I'm going to go take another mission from Liz, but I guess we'll find out. Might as well go ahead and get her stuff out of the way. But yeah, back to Grand Theft Auto 5. The multiple protagonist thing, I think, really worked for a couple of reasons, but I think the main reason being how distinct each felt. My main worry was that they were going to be like carbon copies of one another, or that there wouldn't be enough distinctive qualities about them to really merit switching between them all that frequently. But between Franklin, Trevor, and Michael, I just think that there was a lot of really diverse gameplay there. You could really count on Michael to sort of have the secret ops missions, infiltrating things for the FBI, or I guess in that game, the FIB. Franklin having the throwbacks to things like San Andreas, all the gangbanging stuff that you would have done with CJ back in those games, which was kind of nice, especially because we're back in HD San Andreas. And then, you know, Trevor just being a crazy motherfucker. Always throwing in some weird, screwy curveball mission that feels more like something out of Saints Row. It really helped to vary things up, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. As for when I'm going to Let's Play it, I can't say for certain, but it will be soon. Maybe not the next Let's Play, but it's definitely going to be soon. The thing that I've sort of come to realize with doing all these Let's Plays of most of the Grand Theft Auto games, I think the only ones I have left to do besides 5 are The Ballad of Gay Tony, and Liberty City Stories. I guess I also have to do Grand Theft Auto 4, but I really don't like Grand Theft Auto 4. The base game is so boring to me that I'm really hesitant to actually do a Let's Play of it. And it doesn't seem like people are really interested in seeing a Grand Theft Auto 4 Let's Play in the first place. So I'm somewhatly thankful for that. Also, how the hell did I manage to get the cops on my tail? This is ridiculous. Half this video is just me, like, derping around. I apologize. Well, at the very least, if it's any consolation, I guess it does give me time to go ahead and blab about what's on my mind, which is kind of nice sometimes. You know, with the Grand Theft Auto games, because there's, like, action non-stop, well, for the most part anyway, and all these cutscenes going on that I don't want to talk over too terribly much. Sometimes it's hard to offer some commentary because there's just so much going on in the game that's really involved and that needs attention, so I can't really digress into these random tangents and whatever. But, yeah, moments like this are nice where I get to kind of just cut back and blab about whatever. But, yeah, the thing that I realized about doing the Grand Theft Auto Let's Plays, sorry to get off topic of that, is that they're really, really long and involved games. And so for me to do a Let's Play of a really long game like Grand Theft Auto 5, it's a serious time commitment, and I've come to realize lately that I don't really want to burn myself out on doing these really long games like Grand Theft Auto and Fallout. Although they are really enjoyable, they end up being really long running, like San Andreas taking me 60 episodes or whatever. But anyway, I'll talk more about that once the cutscene's done.
Easy.
Well, geez, someone's a little paranoid.
1 second. No, espera un momento, chica. No, all you gotta do is walk through customs and you home free.
Now someone's a drug mule, it sounds like.
Don't worry about my friend Johnny, huh? He's ugly, but he don't bite.
Hey, I take offense to that. I work hard to maintain my figure.
Andreas!
Hey.
Andreas!
Hey.
Why do I pay you to protect me when you don't do nothing?
I was in the kitchen. I was doing the thing.
I don't want to fucking excuses.
I was in the kitchen now. I'm sorry, what happened again?
Okay, está bien. Okay, está bien.
Jesus!
It's hard to find good help these days.
Hey, Johnny boy.
What's up?
You had a good time the other day with those boys, huh? Men and their motorcycles.
Sure. Why we need to hit that convoy so hard? You know, all these bodies can't be good for your business.
You don't think I could survive out here if I wasn't dropping some people? I'm the big boss.
Well, you're one of those things.
People gonna love you, but they're gonna hate you even more, right?
Now you're starting to sound like Billy.
Oh yeah, that fucker got locked up. I forgot all about him.
Because you're a woman in this macho fucking world? They're gonna hate you? Because you from the island? Stupid people think Latinos ain't worth shit in this town.
You tell him, girl.
When you the big boss.
Ain't no man gonna hold
You
you
me.
down.
These bodies gotta come with it.
Okay.
I came up from a rough background. Man tried to turn me out.
You know, for some
When I
reason,
was
I
14 years
really
old.
have a hard time believing that.
I fed him his balls.
I'm just saying you should limit your casualties.
When I ended that fucker, I got a reputation in PR. No man touched me after that. Nah, I ain't saying all men are bad. Would have married 3 of them if I thought that, right?
It's funny because you're a raging psychopath.
Look at my girl, Marta. She just came in on the adios flight from PR. You think this place look okay? It's so hard to get it nice again once the assholes have their party.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah?
Yeah, she'll love it.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, maybe dim the lights a little, play a little Marvin Gaye's Let's Get It On.
You fucking missed the spot.
I miss a spot,
Come
no.
off these pillows.
No,
and get that spot
no,
up.
Misa Superman no here. Huh, I was right, it was a drug mule. Called that shit. Or at least I remember it correctly from the last time I played, I guess. Anyway, though, going back to what I was talking about before we got into that little cutscene. Yeah, I've been thinking about how to sort of do a balance between longer video series like Grand Theft Auto and maybe some shorter ones. My general line of thought, I guess, is that it would give my videos a little more balance if I had these longer series like Grand Theft Auto or like Fallout, but at the same time also had some shorter one-off videos or shorter series. So, to sort of accommodate that, I've been working on a new idea that I've had. I'm not quite ready to announce exactly what it's going to entail, but expect sometime in the next few weeks for me to start a new type of video series. They're more or less still going to be Let's Plays. I think that's generally what I'm going to stick to doing on this channel. But they're going to be a little bit different. They're going to be more heavily edited. And you'll really just have to wait to see what it is going to be exactly, but I'm excited for it, and I hope you guys will enjoy it when I finally start to release it. But, it'll be a fun change up from these sort of longer videos, I think. Also, I realize I haven't really mentioned what I'm going to be doing with my Ocarina of Time Let's Play, the 3 Heart Challenge. You know, I'm going to be working on finishing that too, just not quite yet. Right now, my main focus is going to be on getting the post-commentary done and recorded on Lost and Damned, because I'm looking at my video list right now, and it looks like there's only 3 or 4 more episodes left I have to finish. So that's my prime concern right now, because it's the closest to being done. After that, New Vegas doesn't have many episodes left either. I actually have 1 or 2 episodes already recorded of that, and I need to finish off the game with maybe another 1 or 2 episodes, so that's almost done too. Ocarina of Time, on the other hand, is going to be a little bit more intensive and going to require me to actually go back and play the game quite a bit. So, I will get back to it sooner or later, but it's not my primary concern. Also, it seems to be the series that people care about the least, which isn't my main reason for not doing it, but it is a reason, I guess. I would really much rather put my focus into finishing off the videos that people seem to care about the most, and from what I can tell, that's always been the Grand Theft Auto videos on my channel. Those always seem to be the ones that people are most excited about, so I want to make sure that this series is done and you guys can go ahead and enjoy it. Anyway, we got some buddies here following up with us. I guess they're going to help us out with picking up Marta Stewart from the Dominican Republic. Arriba! And, you know, in typical Grand Theft Auto fashion, there's no way that things are going to go smoothly. Looks like DEA busted her. Okay, Johnny, I think it's time to intervene here.
I don't know about you, but the America I believe in doesn't deport hard-working young girls like this one.
I'm pretty sure they do, actually.
Swallowing bags of coke and in a minute blowing me. So, sir.
Oh yeah, cool. Hey, hold on. Your name Marta?
Sí, señor, para aquí, arriba, arriba, to the motorcycle. Ole, ¿cómo se dice? Preguntas. Okay, yeah, that was a smart idea, Johnny. Just go ahead and attack a government official at an airport? And then just whip out a shotgun. Oh, jeez. Honestly, we'd be lucky if they didn't call the military in on us for that. Well, it's a good thing we brought our gang guys in tow. You know, reflecting back on the Lost and Damned thing, I wish they had done more with the biker gang. And maybe it's just that there's so few missions where they're actually needed. Or, well, there aren't any missions where you actually need them. Let's go ahead and take down this helicopter with an RPG. Boom, right in the tail. But yeah, reflecting back on the whole, like, being able to, like, bring your guys into the fight with you sort of thing, leading a gang of bikers, it's a really cool concept. And, you know, it just should have been fleshed out more, I guess. I don't know. Maybe it's just that the game isn't that long, and that the missions are, you know, relatively easy, all things considered. But I never really felt like there was that much dimension to upgrading your gang members or having them level up, because they get experience points and that sort of thing. It just doesn't seem to really matter because the game is so short. You can beat it in a number of hours, and it's just, you know, it's kind of neat that you can upgrade them, but there's not really a point, I guess. Okay, well, now that the cops are all wasted, I guess we can finally get out of here. Oh, well, it's sort of on my mind. I was kind of looking into what sort of games I could Let's Play once I got my channel back up and running, and it seems like sandbox games tend to be some of the ones that, I enjoy the most, that I have the most fun playing. And so I was just kind of looking through my library of games and seeing what things might possibly be interesting once I finish up the Grand Theft Auto games, now that there's so few left for me to do. Or, you know, just to throw them into the mix, even before I beat all the Grand Theft Auto games. And, a couple come to mind. I think Sleeping Dogs is one that I'm heavily considering. And I'm just kind of wondering, trying to gauge some reaction on if you guys would enjoy seeing a Let's Play of Sleeping Dogs. I think that it's actually being remastered and re-released as sort of like a definitive edition on the next-gen consoles. That being said, it doesn't seem like the graphics are upgraded that much, at least from what I've heard. But, you know, it's still a fairly fun game. It's sort of in the vein of the true crime games, which that's originally what it started out as, if I'm not mistaken, before eventually Square Enix picked it up. and they changed the title over to Sleeping Dogs and kind of changed some things around to differentiate it. But I'd be fine with Let's Playing that. It's a great game, I think. And it's short enough that I could take care of it relatively quickly as well. So if you're interested in that at all, or if you have any other suggestions, I guess, I'm totally open to taking suggestions on games, whether they're ones I've heard of or not. I enjoy blind Let's Plays just as much as Let's Plays of games that I'm, you know, somewhatly knowledgeable about. I hesitate to say that I'm fully knowledgeable of any game. But, yeah, let me know what you guys kind of have in mind or what you might like to see, and I'll definitely kind of mull it over. I actually just got back from a really big video game buying binge at a local used game store. Well, used games and music and other stuff. I bought like a huge stack of maybe 10 or 15 games for older consoles like PS2, Xbox, all that good stuff. And I love buying old used games and like getting to relive all the nostalgia from those older console generations. I mean, really only 2 generations ago, but still, I picked up a copy of Mercenaries for the Xbox, and that is by far one of my favorite open world games. Maybe I could Let's Play that. Who knows? But I love Mercenaries and the whole Deck of 52 thing. I think that's such a neat concept to sort of be this rogue bounty hunter, like gun for hire guy. And the Deck of 52 concept was really neat, having these guys basically organized like a deck of playing cards in terms of their rank and importance and their value to being captured. And also the fact that you could capture them alive or dead. And, of course, you get more money for them being alive, but it's another one of those really cool completionist things in the game that was really fun to do. Mercenaries 2, on the other hand, didn't enjoy it so much, but the first game was definitely a blast, so I picked that up at the used game place, and I got some other stuff too. I got a couple GameCube games. I got WWE WrestleMania 19 and Day of Reckoning 2, a couple of my favorite wrestling games, and I know not everyone here is a wrestling fan, you know, a fan of wrestling, but they're awesome games. They're just great fighting, brawler, whatever you want to call it, titles, and yeah, really stoked to have gotten those so I can relive some childhood memories. But yeah. Oh, you know what? Well, hopefully there's enough time in the video for me to talk about this, but also, in other news, I have tickets to go to PAX Prime in a couple days. Actually, just a little over a week, I think. PAX Prime here in Seattle. It's going to be an awesome Labor Day weekend where you get to go ahead and test out some game demos, check out a bunch of panels and stuff. Tons of people are going to be there. It's going to be absolutely amazing. I'm stoked. It's going to be the first video game convention type thing that I get to go to. So I'm stoked for that reason alone. And PAX, from what I've heard, is just amazing. I'm going to try and get some stuff signed by, if I remember to say his name correctly, Kaiji Inafune, the man credited, rather, with having created Mega Man, or at least one of the men with that crediting, part of that original development team for Mega Man. And I'm probably getting that entirely wrong. But anyway, he's going to be there at PAX doing an autograph signing. I'm pretty sure the creator of Final Fantasy, whose name escapes me, is also going to be at the event. So I'm going to try and get some, you know, nice stuff signed by them. I have a sealed copy of Mega Man 3 that I think would be pretty sweet to get autographed. And actually went on eBay and bought a copy of the original Final Fantasy on the Nintendo. The original Nintendo. I never even owned one of those as a kid. I think I joined into video gaming around Super Nintendo N64 era. But I went ahead on eBay and bought a copy of the original Final Fantasy US copy. And hopefully I can get into the line. I don't know how long the lines are going to be, but from what I hear, it's pretty chaotic, especially with all those really big name games like League of Legends going to be there. I know so many people who are going to the convention just to play and see League of Legends footage and stuff like that. They're having, like, the Nationals tournament or whatever. I don't really pay attention. I'm not a big fan of League of Legends, unfortunately, but, you know, some people are. But overall, I'm stoked. I can't wait to do that. If I'm lucky, I'll try and take some videos and hopefully have some stuff that I can upload to the channel to show you guys the stuff that I got to do during the event. So, who knows? I'll try and do that as long as my camera doesn't die. But it looks like this is approaching the end of the video. It looks like the timeline's starting to drop off here. Yeah. So thank you guys for joining me here. Once again, my name is JesusQuesadilla. It is awesome being back recording videos. I forgot how much fun this was. Genuinely, I did. And it's exciting to be continuing this series. Looks like we got a text from Elizabeth, whatever. Guess I'm going to pop that up, and I don't really give a shit. Anyway, guys, it has been a whole lot of fun. Thank you for joining me again. Sorry it's been a long time coming, but hey, it's finally here. And I'm going to get around to finishing up the rest of this series and uploading the videos as soon as I can. So, until then, this has been JesusQuesadilla signing out, wishing you well, and welcoming you back. Peace!